Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to show you how to build this desk for your home office with color changing LEDs right here on DIY Creators. Let's do it. To begin this project, I'm going to start with the top, which is the easiest part to start with in my case. So I'm going to cut it down for the right size to fit my specific needs. And since I'm cutting against the grain, I'm using masking tape to reduce the amount of tear out. And to give it a thicker look, I'm using 1x2 trim to cover the edge. And now I can mark the locations to put the pocket hole screws. Apply wood glue and then the trim. Remove the excess glue and then install the screws. As far as the bookshelf leg, I'm using a section of wood that's slightly bigger than the actual leg itself in width. Now measure off the first line to create the second line, which would give me that angle I'm looking for. And I find it much easier to use a circular saw to cut this versus trying to figure out how to use the table saw to cut this line. This leg will determine the height of the desk in addition to the top. And I missed my mark by about 1/8 of an inch. Shh, don't tell anyone. And because this leg is getting painted, I'm using different kind of wood, which you'll never be able to tell. No, I did not purposely go buy different wood. I'm using what I had. I'm using my angle finder to carry out the same angle onto the next piece of wood. Set the table saw to the same angle and then trim off the edges. And now cut out the shelves and the top and bottom, but cut those a bit bigger than they need to be because we're going to fine tune those on the table saw. And if all the cuts went well, it should fit right in. And now apply wood glue, spread that out, nail that together, and then do the same thing for the other side. And now install the top, the bottom, and you can also install the shelves. Even though I didn't install those in this initial process, I saved those for later, which I wish I had done at the time because then I had to do touch-up work. And now to make the cabinet with the drawers. Again, this piece is fully customizable for your need, but I will have all the dimensions down in the description. And while I'm at it, I might as well cut the drawers as well. And I'm going to have one large, one medium, and one small, so all three of them will be a different size. I also cut a few dividers to put between the drawers. To secure this cabinet, I'm using pocket holes in selective location, only at the bottom and only at the top. Now secure the bottom to the side panel. And do the same thing for the other side. Now because I didn't want to see any pocket hole screws in this section, I'm using the nail gun to nail the back onto the sides. Now secure the top. Install the 1x2 trim at the top and also at the bottom. And with the router bit, I notched out a section for the drawer bottom support. And now I can assemble majority of the drawer, insert the bottom, square it up, apply glue, and nail only the 3 sides together. I would add the other piece later on in the video. I'm installing the hardware now because I want to make sure everything lines up and I can fix any issue I may have. I'm temporarily adding the face to the drawer so that I can get an accurate layout for the trim that go around the door. This desk is going in the same room with the Murphy bed I previously built, so it was really important for me to keep the look consistent and the drawers looking the same. Installing edge band can make your life a lot easier, especially when you're using layer ply. And when your partner is not paying attention, sneak the iron, use it, put it back like nothing ever happened. So to patch all these holes I just created, I'm using this plastic wood, which is awesome. It's pretty simple. You just apply it, it dries fast. You can sand it, stain it, or paint it. And now for the prep work. Now once you sand, this is the kind of look that I'm going for. This is what we want the edge band to look like. I also applied the plastic wood in the crack of the tabletop, which actually just closed that gap, and I said it was stainable, so it blends right in. I'm sure I lost track of time, but I must have spent at least 3 to 4 hours straight sanding. And I took a wet rag to wipe off all the loose sand that may be hanging around so I can apply this coat of stain. So I applied the stain to the top, and it went on a bit darker than I anticipated. I kind of panicked a little bit and wiped it off just to make sure that I was going to get the right color, and I actually ended up being happy with it, so I just continued. I carried the stain over to the door trim and also the drawer bottoms. So I originally started out by spraying these cabinets. I got extremely frustrated with the whole painting process, and that didn't work out so well, so I eventually just grabbed my roller and I went to work. So one thing I didn't mention earlier is that the bookshelf leg is actually taller than the cabinet by 2.5 inches. So this box I'm building does a few things. It gives the top an elevated look, and it also makes up the difference from the bookshelf to the cabinet. And this piece can be painted whatever color you feel. I just wanted to paint it black. For the next 30 seconds, the video is pretty explanatory, so I'm just gonna let the video ride. You guys stay tuned. So I came to the conclusion that this would be the easiest way and the fastest way for me to line these drawers up, and basically just shooting a couple pin nails in them to hold it in place as I come back with a screw to permanently secure it. And now it's time to install the pull handles. Attach the black box. As I'm installing the shelf, this is where I wish I would have installed the shelves prior, so that I wouldn't have to do touch-up work. So to install the LEDs, find a starting point, stretch it out, and cut the wire. I actually favorite one side a little too much as I was cutting the wire, but I can still make this work. Even though I gave it a visual look and everything looked fine, I still wanted to fire it up and make sure that it was good before I finish. I applied some hot glue, hoping that this would help secure the solder joint as I'm handling. I even put some glue on the corner to help assist the sharp bend on the LED strip. I mounted the LED controller on the back side of the black box and the IR on the side, so I can just hold the remote down low and send IR commands. 4 mounting holes should be good enough to secure the bookshelf to the top. And to secure the opposite side, just pull out a drawer and attach the cabinet to the black box from underneath.